Ambassador Factor.
What's up, all my movie-loving maniacs? This is your boy Bankful B of The Last of the Factor, and I am back with another movie collection video. And today, I'm running down all the movies I own that start with the letter M. And yeah, this is another large collection for just one letter. Again, I believe the first large collection I had was for the letter B, which is ironic because my name starts with the letter B. But we have a lot to get through, so let's get into it, starting with one of my favorite Octavia Spencer performances. I haven't actually seen this in a long time. Maybe I might put this on this year's marathon for Halloween. Who knows? Next is one of my favorite Robert Rodriguez films right here, and that is Machete. I only have the DVD. I have not bought the Blu-ray, at least yet. This is one I'm looking to upgrade at some point. I do have its sequel, Machete Kills, which sucks, and the only reason I have that because I really thought he was going to go through with the third film, which eventually never happened. Let's talk about Mad Max. I have Mad Max, the first one, Mad Max the Road Warrior, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, rest in peace Tina Turner, Mad Max Fury Road, which is my favorite and the best of the series in my opinion, and Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. I have The Martian, one of my favorite Matt Damon performances right here. Matt Damon's on the road right now because of The Odyssey, but I just love this movie right here. Just a good display of the human spirit in my opinion. I have the Matrix trilogy right here in this Blu-ray box set, which the Matrix, Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Revolutions, and I have Matrix Resurrections. But the Matrix franchise as a whole, I love. Now, I have the Magnificent Seven with Denzel Washington and directed by Antoine Fuqua. And then I also have this Magnificent Seven, the original films right here. It was part of my dad's Western collection, and after he passed, I just took a couple from his collection that I wanted to keep for myself. Magnificent Seven was one of them, and still in the packaging, as you can see. But I don't know. I'm gonna sit down and rewatch all those at some point. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna rewatch the Magnificent Seven for its 10th anniversary. So who knows? Man of Steel. I love this movie. Fuck, I don't care what anybody says. This is a good Superman movie in my opinion. Is it as great as James Gunn's Superman? I'll leave that up to you to decide, but I can understand why some people were split on it, but you know. Next, Mary Poppins and Mary Poppins Returns. Classic Disney right here. I had to include that in my collection. Mean Girls. This movie is to my generation what Clueless was to the previous generation, and one of Lindsay Lohan's best films in my opinion. Let's talk Men in Black. I have Men in Black 1. Yep. Men in Black 2, Men in Black 3, which I think is the best of the sequels, and I do have Men in Black International, which, and most people, myself included, would agree that it's the worst of that particular franchise. Next I have Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl. If you have not seen this, I highly recommend it. It's such a good film. I rewatched it last year for its anniversary, and yeah. I do have Megan and Megan 2.0, which came out last year. Yeah, I prefer the first one. The second one was, at best, fun, in my opinion. I have Menace to Society, classic hood film. I cannot talk today. Classic hood film right here. I have Meet the Parents, which is another DVD I bought when Blockbuster was having their closing sale. One of my favorite comedies of all time. And then I have Meet the Fockers, which I actually think is a lot better than people give it credit for. I do think it's a funny and worthy sequel to the first film. And then Little Fockers, not so much. I just had this for years, and then I already have the first two films, so I just had to have it. And yeah, I have the first two films on DVD. I'm looking to upgrade those at some point. Oh yes. I have Michael Jackson's This Is It, basically the documentary concert which showcased all the rehearsals for his very last concert before his untimely passing. And then just recently I do have the Michael Jackson movie. Jafar Jackson was so good here. Can't wait for part 2. I have another trilogy of movies I'm looking to upgrade at some point, and that is The Mighty Ducks. The Mighty Ducks, D2 Mighty Ducks, D3 Mighty Ducks. Yeah, they're all on DVD. I haven't seen them on Blu-ray, but I know they're on Disney Plus. But I gotta have the Blu-ray, man. I have Mighty Joe Young. If this is definitely a cult classic right here, Charlize Theron and the late Bill Paxton, but giant monkeys will always have my giant gorillas, I should say. Let me be politically correct. But yeah, giant gorillas, giant primates, anything in between those lines will always get my attention. Let's talk dun 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 dun. The Mission Impossible franchise. I have this box set that has the first 5 films: Mission Impossible Fallout, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, back when it was just called Part 1, but not so much anymore, and then Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning, which I have on 4K. I have the first animated Moana on Blu-ray and on Steelbook, one of probably my second favorite animated film from the previous decade. I did not have its sequel because it sucks, and I have not seen the live action movie and do not intend to. Ooh, Monsters Inc. Classic Pixar right here. Of course, I had to get that, as well as its sequel, Monster University, which I've become a little bit more warm to ever since I saw this movie. I thought it was okay at best, but yeah. I have this documentary called More Than a Game. It's about LeBron James and his team that he came up with. I actually haven't seen it since it came out, but I just remember really appreciating this. Then I have one of my favorite Robert Williams films right here, Mrs. Doubtfire. Euphigenia Doubtfire, dear. I have Mulan, which came with Mulan 2, but hey, that just came with the movie. I just had to have at least that first film, which I have, and glad I have it. But Mulan, probably my third favorite film out of the Disney Renaissance right here. Love that movie so much. I don't have the live action remake. Of all these Disney live action remakes, that's the one that brought my back. Shit, I just dropped one. Hold on. Muppet Treasure Island, and the only Muppet movie I own, and hopefully I can upgrade this to Blu-ray at some point, but a nostalgic film for me. Let's talk The Mummy. I have the Mummy trilogy with Brendan Fraser. I do admittedly have the Tom Cruise Mummy movie that was supposed to be the start of the Dark Universe. But hey, what'll make me feel less guilty about having that is Lee Cronin's The Mummy, which is also a recent buy for me, and I actually like this movie a lot more than most people. Is it an unintentional Evil Dead movie? Yeah, I would agree, but fuck it, I had a lot of fun with that movie. So those are all the movies I own that begin with the letter M. What did you think of some of those picks? Do you own any of those picks? Let me know in the comment section below. This your boy Bankful B of The Last Factor. Stay safe, wash your hands, peace.